Moving away from Parliament as an institution for a moment, permit me to venture into potentially even less popular waters and to say that there is also an enormous amount in terms of the sacrifices and the stresses that parliamentarians undergo that our country can and should be grateful for. I appreciate that this sentiment is probably less palatable than anything that I have said thus far, but that doesn't make it any less true. As I have said, some of the cynicism surrounding parliamentarians has certainly been earned. We do not always conduct ourselves in accordance with the standing orders of the House or of the Senate. Truthfully, sometimes we go too far and descend to depths of which we should be ashamed. But equally truthfully, the work that parliamentarians, particularly elected parliamentarians, do is fundamental to the well-being of our society. And that kind of work is, I fear, also underappreciated. There is often a mistaken belief that the state pays for everything where an MP is concerned, or, even worse, that MPs do not earn their keep and have no right to a salary like everybody else. Truthfully, there is no salary scale that can begin to compensate a member for the emotional and the mental stress that are routinely undergone when he or she tries to do his or her best to serve at the constituency level. When the responsibilities of debating bills, participating in joint select committees, and sitting as cabinet ministers are superimposed upon those of servicing one's constituency and are mixed in with a dismissive cynicism of even one's very best efforts, it is a wonder that anybody offers himself for national service by way of parliamentary duty at all. This is why I began this address by thanking all who have ever answered the call to parliamentary service. Until you have tried it on for size, it is far too easy to be cynical about what parliamentarians do and the sacrifices they are called upon to make. I appreciate that I might well be criticized for mounting what might be construed as this robust defense of parliamentarians. I am not fearful of that. What I am fearful about is us devolving into a society where cynicism and criticism are our default attitudes about institutions and people who, as flawed as they are only there to try to help make our lives better. I believe that it is only when we come to understand the full scale of what elected MPs do and have to face that we will be able properly to hold them to account. I am not for one moment advocating a disregard of those voices that rightly speak out against the abuses suffered at the hands of some errant parliamentarians. Rather, I am advocating that due and proper consideration should be given to the value and the importance of the roles parliamentarians play when more often than not they are given credit for what they try to do and when they actually do get things right. My hope is that in this fourth session of the 12th Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Parliament will continue further along the road of getting things right.